It's okay.
It's great.
Ready?
Ready?
You ready? Actually, let me... Yeah, there we go. I'm now ready.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to clean my glasses real quick.
And then that's where the intro goes.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another exciting episode of the CodeO-cast. My name is Omar, and I'm here with...
Codes, what's up? We have a throwback podcast for today where it's just us two. You know, like the good old days before we started like going into more entertaining stuff.
We didn't get kicked out, I swear.
We swear.
I swear.
This is still the CodeO-cast. Nobody's taking over. It's just...
We're doing a temporary set first.
Temporary throwback.
For better, hopefully better set next time. I don't know, we're still trying to figure this out.
Yeah.
But, so Cody, why is it just two this time? Why is it two of us this time?
Because somebody's workplace messed up their schedule and we couldn't record last Thursday when the other episode went up like we normally do a week in advance. So now because everybody's not available at certain times, that was the only time that people were available, we had to record with us two so we can get an episode out for this Thursday, which is today by the time this one comes out.
Yeah.
And once this episode comes out, we'll be recording with the guys again that day probably.
That's actually something that I wanted to tie into one of the topic for today. Have you been seeing those signs that are in drive-thrus where it says we're out of workers? Sorry, so we're closed. But here's the number in case you want to work for us.
That's
copyright.
No! How dare you?
It was like a second. But have you seen those?
Or is the drive-through signs where it's like we're hiring?
Yeah. Let me see. Drive-through. I feel like a pro YouTuber now that we have the PC next to us. Sign no
We're gonna add a
workers.
picture here while he's typing.
Yeah, these like we all quit closed. Save that.
Dude, that's gonna be like my job if I were to quit.
No, and I would have not believed that like a year and a half ago. I thought that was just a joke, but apparently it's real. I mean, I feel it right now because right now we're severely understaffed in terms of servers.
Same.
And in terms of cook staff, and literally everywhere. Like we're just starting to train a new manager, and he does a decent job. He says he's done 10 years at a Japanese sushi place before, but I don't think he's ever done Mexican food, and this is something else.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's been pretty crazy lately, and because of that, I wanted to help out more in the summer since I don't have school, which is why the scheduling issues happened. I told my job how I wanted my schedule. But the manager turned right back around and said, I'll put you on the way I want to, which I don't like because I do other jobs besides just being a server. And
like
that
this.
impeded with my schedule like this, or I teach piano lessons on the side.
Yeah.
And so it was really annoying to see that my schedule was not the way I wanted it to. So I did them favors for 2 weeks. Like, fine, I'll work with what you put for me this week, but next week it better be fixed. So hopefully we're back to the standard set with all the with 4 people set up and all that, but I saw this as an opportunity to go back to the regular set, and I would have liked for this to have been for the 25th episode, but since for the 24th, it's okay.
We'll do it early.
We're different.
We're just built different. But now going back to the whole understaffed thing, where I work, we've always been understaffed. I mean, I probably talked about this in a previous episode, but as of right now, we have 3 waiters total on the job, which means it's like 1 waiter per shift, and we have to split that throughout different days. And so that means some of us double. And doubling, if you don't know what that means, if you haven't worked before, doubling just means taking 2 shifts instead of just 1.
Which sucks.
It does, because that means that I work from 10 in the morning till 10 o'clock at night. It's a whole 12-hour shift. And I only get like half an hour for a lunch break, which is still a pretty decent amount of time. But a friend of mine gets a really long lunch break. And when I tell them that we only get lunch breaks if we're working like the entire day, she's like, that sucks, dude. Yeah. But Codys is very understaffed, and one of the waitresses is going to quit. They just don't know when, and then another one might. So that's going to leave me solo there. So if I were to quit now, there would be no more waiters because I'll drive literally everybody else to quit if I were to quit now. No, I'm the only thing keeping the waiter thing afloat pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah, because once you see the guy with like the most positive attitude just give up on that job, it's over. Morale just takes a dip.
Yeah. I mean, and even we've talked about this before, being in the service industry is not a happy place, especially when you're understaffed. Like, so at where I work at, it's not a big restaurant. There's 28 tables, but standard is 6 or 5 waiters per shift. We're rocking all 28 tables with only 3. And so there's times where it's a constant flow of tables to where like everyone will have a table at a certain given amount of time, but it's not overwhelming, which I like because you're able to give the right amount of attention to the people that you're attending. But there's times where there's 10 tables want to come in all at the same time, and it's only 3 of us, so we're trying to attend one at a time, and we're having our manager come out, run outside, and help us out. But it's annoying. You can't give the service you're able to. You're frustrated, and you risk being a little rude to the customers. I find myself doing that, especially now, because I've been my right ear's been clogged for the past 2 days, and it's been really annoying, especially since I have to listen to people at work. And I don't know how I got it clogged. A lot of people have asked me. Everyone asked me the same question. Have you been in the pool lately? I was like, nope, not whatsoever. And it's not an infection because nothing hurts, honestly. So I've been taking allergy medicine, and I just bought some drops earlier today to pour in there and get the. If it's earwax, just clogging it up, it'll slowly take it out. It says over the course of 3 or 4 days it should come out, and I'm like, okay. But it is very annoying.
3 people rocking 28 table. That's 9 per person.
Yes, sir.
Averages out.
Just about, yeah. And it's
yeah, I feel you.
It feels like 9 tables.
Yeah, I feel you there because I got 10 tables per person over here at my job.
Yeah.
So it's like 9 to 10 for you is the same amount for me. It's rough, like honestly. And when you said everybody comes in all at once, it is like really, really bad. I've had a 10 table rush before, and it was awful.
It's weird. Like, how do people just agree? It's like we're not gonna go anywhere or call this place for the next hour and a half. But once it reaches 7 or 8 o'clock, we're all gonna go at the same time. Everyone's gonna call. Everyone's gonna put in delivery orders from Grubhub, DoorDash.
Dude, normally for me it's like around maybe 11:30, 12ish.
Yeah.
When I get those
the
huge
lunch
rushes. Yeah, the lunch rushes.
Yeah.
And I've gotten very little. The only time I ever got dinner rushes was when I first started on the job.
Yeah.
That's when I made like my first day or my first $70 day.
Mm-hmm.
And that was like a huge dinner rush. It was bad.
Yeah. This week was the first time I ever did over 40 hours. Mind y'all, I signed up for part-time because I'm a student. So I would have never been able to do full-time at this job. But now that I'm in the summer, I said, okay, I'll be willing to work 5 shifts per week. I don't mind that. But, since they moved it around and didn't give me the one that I desired, I ended up working more than I bargained for. And so this is the first time I've ever clocked at 43 hours in 1 week. So, well, obviously that's nothing for some people. The cooks, they do 70 plus. 70 plus, and that's insane. Yeah,
and as of this schedule, I'm working 36 hours, and if I don't get Saturday off, then I'll bump up to 43 or add another extra 6 on there. That's 43 to 49 hours. Now with my new schedule, if I don't get Saturdays off.
Yeah.
So and that's because I'm part-time too. Like, we're both students. We have the same major and everything, but with that major comes a lot of major. It is a time-consuming major. If you're a musician, you know exactly what we're talking about. So that's why I think you brought it up in an episode how you rarely see music majors with a job.
Yeah, my professor told me that it's common for people not to have jobs just because it's a lot of learning how to use your time wisely, and if you aren't able to do that, you're just not going to succeed. Not just with academics, but also with the way you're practicing and the way you're going to perform. But yeah,
it's rough, honestly. Like, I just find that funny. We're both part-time workers technically, but we have full-time hours. And above.
Yeah.
It's that's what happens when like your restaurant's really understaffed.
It is
just rough.
Yeah, I'm just glad it's now during the summer and they didn't have to ask me to take up more shifts during the semester because there's no way I could have anyway. So I'm sure they knew that, so that's why they didn't ask me in the first place.
when my boss asked me, well, now that it's the summer, can you work more days? I looked at him dead in the face and I was like, well, I can do this schedule. But in my head, I'm like, how many more days are we talking here?
Okay, but like to give context, how many days were you already doing?
I was doing 4.
You were doing 4.
Now I'm doing 5 to maybe 6 days.
5 to maybe 6, yeah.
And that's because I was doubling 2 of those when I was doing 4s as well.
Yeah.
Like Saturdays and Fridays and Saturdays.
Yeah.
And now I'm doing Tuesday and Sundays all days. But I have a feeling they really want me to start working a lot more full day shifts because one of the waitresses keeps complaining about like how much she works and stuff like that, like all that, which I don't like. Like, don't get me wrong, she's like, we're like good friends and all, don't get me wrong, but I don't like how she like complains about working a lot when we were heavily understaffed before we got her.
Yeah.
I was doing that, like a lot of like what she's doing right now.
Maybe it's just because like she doesn't see the amount of tips equate to the amount of hours that she's doing. Maybe that's what it is.
No, she gets more tips than I do. She's had tables that I've gotten. It's the same people, and we do the same amount of service for them. And she's gotten like $20, and I've gotten like 5 out of that table. She does way better in tips than I do.
Yeah. I don't know.
Like she's complaining about how much she works and everything. Our boss just wants to please everybody.
Yeah.
So because he doesn't want anybody to quit, because once they quit, well, that's it. But another thing with this person that this happened earlier this week, like yesterday actually.
Yeah.
So she wanted yesterday. She couldn't cover yesterday because it was her anniversary with her boyfriend and she wanted to celebrate it. But
I think that's valid.
Yeah. And I couldn't cover because, the championship game and everything.
Yeah. It was an important day for you too.
I felt bad leaving at 4.
Yeah.
Because our third waitress
Yeah.
got robbed all the way in Mercedes. So she had to go to the police department and everything. They took her ID, everything.
Jeez.
Like she had nothing left except for like the keys to her truck. That's it. So she had to go get that fixed, and then they asked me if I could double that day, and I said no, I can't. And my manager looks at me and she's like, well, what's your excuse? And I said, well, I talked with my family about like today for the longest time. We've already been planning this, so I can't. And she's like, okay, family, good excuse. You don't have good excuse because the anniversary thing.
Yeah.
So my manager was pissed pretty much at this other waitress who took the day out just for like her anniversary, because that doesn't seem like a good idea in my manager's mind.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it's I just felt bad for leaving. But it's whatever at this point.
Yeah.
So my manager had to cover as waitress.
Yeah.
Which is not that bad because she makes a lot of tips too. Like in card tips alone, she had like this big of a stack.
Interesting.
Yeah. Over $100 in tips that day. And that was a day where I couldn't go in.
Yeah.
Because I was, like, out of it.
Well, I'm sure we can keep going on and on about that, like, then another time. I feel like we can, every time we get to, like, our jobs, it's like we can go on forever.
We always delve into jobs for some reason.
It's because, like, it's just too relatable in it. And it's, like, it takes up such a small, well, at least not now, during school, it took up such a small amount of my days. But it was just so stressful, and well, one just can't deny work is just work. It's not easy. It's not supposed to be easy. You're working towards something, and it's just the most relatable thing. Everyone's got to work somehow. But moving away from that, it's like I pulled up our channel here, and
our side job.
Our side job
for now.
Yeah. What do you think about the very first episode we did? Like what comes to mind when you see the old setup and all that?
I think we come a long way, honestly, in terms of like setup.
Yeah.
We have a better quality camera now. We have better quality mics. We have an actual mixer here.
Look at this free screen we're done.
That's so funny.
I'll put that on camera later. I'm gonna put that up picture right now. But
right between us, but
I mean, this is just prime example. Like, look at me. It's like we're out of the frame. The background's out of the frame. Look at that. It's not even properly framed in. The camera, does not look good.
It looks like we filmed this on like a Zoom meeting.
True. Even though it's set to 1080.
It's set to 1080p, but that's not 1080p.
No, it's not. This is probably like 720. Yeah. Yeah, it's 720.
It is 720.
Dude, your hair. It's like
right?
You were mustard yellow for a while.
I was.
You were yellow for a while. You didn't go through the progression of colors till like a month later.
Yeah, till like earlier this year.
Mm-hmm.
It all started with what, the red, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, you went red.
I cut it down to like the undercut style.
Yeah, you did the undercut.
And that's when I did the top red. That was when it all started.
You were yellow for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 episodes.
Episodes.
Eight episodes.
Technically 8, yeah.
Yeah. A quarter of our run, you've been yellow, and then ever since it just kept changing and changing and changing.
Yeah, it did.
Now the silver has stayed on the most, I'd say.
I like the silver. I was thinking about like keeping it.
Yeah.
The silver, but like leaving like a lot dark and just getting highlights in the bangs and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I know trashy emo style, but still, nonetheless.
Yeah.
I thought it would look cool, but we'll see because this is growing out more.
There's times where I want to think of like coloring my hair, but I don't want to do it.
You went black once, and it looked pretty good.
I've done black, and it looked alright, but it's not too noticeable, which I was okay with. I didn't want to bring too much attention to myself, but part of me did want people to notice, so there was that. So I didn't mind it. It was cool for what it was, but I don't think I'd do it again. I'm good.
As we're going over the different hair things, we'll just put up like a huge grid photo of all of my hairstyles.
Yeah.
Even some that we didn't get on camera.
Which ones did we not get on camera? I thought we got them all.
Did we?
Yeah, look, if we were to go, we
start
on red. You stayed red for 3 episodes.
Because counting the blonde, I went through 9 color changes.
Yeah, because you stayed red for 3. You weren't on episode 12. I forgot what you were doing that day.
I was with Mom somewhere.
You were doing something. I forgot what. Then you went pink, because of the bleach faded out the red.
Yeah.
Then you went blue, then kind of like a tealish, because it was fading. It was a fading blue, right? And descended to green.
It was fading only because my hair got damaged when I went to pink.
Take care of your hair, people.
Yeah, don't over bleach it.
Take care of your hair.
Get enough bleach to do it in one shot. And if you don't do it in one shot, just do the other parts you didn't get. Don't do everything, because that's just gonna, like, the more bleach you add, the worse it's gonna get.
I think if anyone's gonna, it's like another huge commitment dyeing your hair.
Yeah.
Because not only all the products you have to buy, it's the hair dye, it's the purple shampoo or whatever, like special shampoos for the specific colors. There's the do you condition? Do you do condition?
Just because it's damaged, nothing stays. Yeah. So I don't condition yet, or else it's gonna go back to like a really ugly color.
I see. So so back on it, you were blue. It's went to a slight green. Here you're are you still green? Well, it's all the way down anyways. So. Oh, yeah, it's like...
It was like a whitish there.
Yeah, it was like a whitish green. Then it's completely white.
Yeah.
It's still white.
And then it went to black.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. You were black for like 2 weeks.
Yep.
Yeah.
And now it's gray.
Now it's just gray, yeah. Yeah, now it's just gray.
I want to keep the gray, honestly.
Yeah, the gray doesn't look bad.
I like the gray. It gives me wolfy vibes.
The what?
It gives me wolfy vibes.
Now you just made it weird.
How?
Who says wolfy?
Well, our fan.
Huh.
Our number 1 fan. I'm catering to our number 1 fan with that word.
By the way, do you remember how Jesus called her out saying that you should do it with your voice yourself? She actually did it.
I know, I saw that.
It was really funny.
It was really funny.
Yeah.
But, huh? You're saying?
Huh? What?
Go on.
No, you go on.
No, you go on.
Rock, paper, scissors to see who goes on. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. You suck. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. All right, you go on.
Dang it. What I was saying was that, yeah, I like this hairstyle more. And that's why I was going to go with, like, half gray, half dark, just because wolves are my favorite animal. And everything. And I want that vibe so much.
There's a light in the distance. See them coming closer. With
That's copyright. Shut up.
If I sing it, it doesn't matter. If I sing it terribly.
What if you're good enough to where they call it copyright?
My final trumpet video was good enough to be copyrighted. The whole thing. Even though the piano track was performed by my pianist, not by a recording. And I played the trumpet part. So the fact that YouTube thought that it was a recording from the original is a compliment to me.
That's an ego boost for you.
It was the slightest ego boost for me, and I loved it. For those who don't know, at the end of each semester, we're supposed to perform a piece that we have prepared throughout the entire semester. And since we were in COVID times, we're not allowed to play it in front of a couple judges, 3 or 4 judges like we're accustomed to. So what we're supposed to do is we're supposed to get a decent mic, a decent camera, dress up nice enough, at least from the waist up, and perform your piece. And your pianist plays the track beforehand, so you just play it to a click in your ear, and you submit that. And so they prefer if you submit it unlisted, just it's better if it's unlisted. I don't know. I guess if it's public, I mean
to
maybe protect your privacy or whatever. I don't know.
That, or maybe if you just want to turn something in, you don't think it's that good and you don't want other people to see it too.
That's probably so. I never really minded because I have tons of videos that I put up unlisted on my own personal channel for assignments. I could just upload them and then I wouldn't care.
But, I would care because all of mine are trashy except for the guitar ones.
But once I put it up, YouTube does this thing now when you upload videos. It does checks for copyright. It does checks for anything that is wrong, that violates their community guidelines. When it checked on my trumpet video, my final trumpet video for the semester, it said, this piece contains audio from the original track, and it showed me the piece that I was playing. Like, it showed me the original piece, and I was just like, yeah, because I'm playing it. The fact that you're...
Did you, do an appeal for it?
No, I was just... No, they were like, this is not going to affect your channel whatsoever. Because I'm not monetized, I'm not anything. And it's not a strike, it's not... They were just like, this contains audio from this piece.
Didn't we get a strike on our...
We did, but that was from, an audio. So, that was from a joke audio that we were using. But, yeah, initially I was like, how am I going to get copyrighted? It's me and the piano is being performed by a professor, so there's no way it can be copyrighted. And then I was like, well, there's performance copyright. That makes sense. But I'm not... Maybe that's why they're telling us unlisted, so... There's no way we can monetize it, and school doesn't get in trouble. That's probably why.
Yeah.
And so, but afterwards, I calmed down and I was like, you're telling me that I sounded so good that it sounded like the original to you. It inflated my ego a bit, and then I was like, nah, it's just probably just because it's just a melody.
All of our songs in the cover album are just going to be copyrighted.
Probably. I mean, as long as it's just cover, I don't think it's really going to be an issue.
Hello, YouTube. We're doing covers. Susan Wojcicki. Don't kill us, please.
Who's... Oh, the president?
Yeah.
Of YouTube? The CEO, my bad.
That everybody references. Susan, please, don't hurt me.
Don't hurt me, Susan. Is Susan, the closest name to Karen you can get?
I think it might be an alternate form of Karen.
It might be an alternate form of Karen.
It might be a Karen from another universe.
'Cause Susan is close enough.
It is close. Wait, is it?
I think so.
Yeah.
Because
what type would be worse, a Susan or a Karen?
Well, Susan has more of a nicer sound. It sounds a little nicer, but Karen does sound a little more aggressive. Maybe that's just what the context.
If you meet a Susan and you meet a Karen, which one would you think would be the worst attitude?
Well, now with all the context of the memes and the public freakouts, it'd be the Karen. But in terms of name alone, it would still be Karen because the K makes it sound the name a little more aggressive. The Susan, it just rolls easier off the tongue. Susan. You can say Susan nicely. It's like, oh, Susan. Oh, Karen. This has a little more of a negative connotation towards it.
You see some chick freaking out in the restaurant. Oh, Karen.
I've been tempted to.
Like a sitcom and just play a laughing track on your phone.
Jeez.
That would be hilarious, dude. But yeah, no, I think going back to the whole YouTube channel thing, because we still have it pulled up over here.
Yeah.
I do think we've come a long way from when we... And I'm not even talking about the reboot. I'm talking about from when we first did this.
Oh, yeah.
The lost episodes that are no longer anywhere to be found.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't even have them.
Yeah, they're... I don't know why we decided. I guess we weren't too comfortable hanging out at each other's homes yet. So I don't think that's why we never did the episode in person. Which is weird because once COVID started is when we actually started doing the episodes in person.
Didn't I make like a comment on that in one of our videos?
You did.
I did, yeah.
In the reboot, actually, not in the reboot. You were all you said was that we're in person finally, but we didn't acknowledge the fact that we were in COVID, like the early stages of it, not during lockdown, but when it was first starting to come out.
Yeah, I did find that funny how pre-COVID we were like separated online, and in COVID we're in person.
Yeah, we were doing an in-person podcast.
That was so weird, but so funny to me. I don't know why.
It was funny because like the first couple weeks of the lockdown, Freddie, he was like, we should get Germix and put it all over the house. Like have like the Germix like dispensaries all over the house.
He hates germs.
Everybody washes their hands as soon as they come into the house. We got to be very selective of who's able to come. And now it doesn't matter. Almost literally everyone comes over here. You're here all the time. Since we're always making videos.
I practically live here.
Yeah, you practically live here. It's just funny to see how I even like because it reflected the way America did it. It's like, all right, we're gonna be serious for 3 weeks. How about 3 weeks were over and we're like, can I go out now? Can I go out now? Like,
dude, there's legit a meme where it's like everybody in the U.S. right now. I'm confused. Are the masks on or off?
Well, it's because now all the people who did not want to wear masks before are wearing them now to avoid the vaccinated people, which is really ironically funny. Have you heard of that, right?
To avoid the vaccinated people?
There's people,
what are we gonna do?
So what they did was there was people freaking out online that they're being tracked or that now that they're vaccinated they're immune.
Oh, is it a
No, that they're immune to COVID, but they could still pass it on to the people who are not vaccinated.
Okay.
So that's their fear, and they're.
I thought you were gonna pull some conspiracy stuff and be like, it's because some people think there's microchips in the vaccine.
There
are people who think that.
People who think
that's
that.
What I thought you're gonna reference.
But the most realistic one that I've been seeing around is that you have it now, even though you're immune. I'm not, because I don't want to get it. Shoop. And so now they're ironically the thing that they never wanted to wear the entire year and a half, they're wearing it now to avoid the vaccinated people. So it's really funny.
I remember at work I was taking a to-go order, and it was like when I was feeling loopy from the vaccine and stuff. It was
the day right after.
It was the day right after I was feeling loopy from the vaccine. This dude comes in. And I was like, yeah, no, it's been like a really weird day. I'm still feeling the effects of the vaccine, but it's not as bad as yesterday. And I told him like my side effects and how I was feeling, like I couldn't open my eyes, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, I wouldn't take any more doses of any of that vaccine after that. And I told him, well, with like schools now, they're starting to like tell people to get the vaccine, or like if you want to go to school without a mask, now, you have to get the vaccine. You can't just go to school without a mask. And if you don't get the vaccine, you have to still wear a mask at school. And then he was going, and then after that, he was like, that's very unconstitutional for schools to do. You can't just mandate a mask. That's a violation of your rights and stuff. And like he was going on and on about this stuff. And he tells me, before you get a vaccine again, make sure you Google and do your research. I'm just sitting there like, what?
Yeah, I mean, I've gotten my double dose already, and I'm wearing the masks at work out of courtesy. I don't want to raise any questions.
That's why I wore mine too.
Even then, I don't think they would care, since when the restaurant is packed, when every table is occupied, it'll be like around 150 people in one space with no mask because they're eating. Obviously, what are you gonna do? Put it back up.
Pull a Kaneki.
Right? Just have a zipper in your mask. And then zip it back up. Now, you're going to take it off so you can eat properly. That's how you do things. So, really, even like the people who wear gloves at work, I don't do it because I think it's even more disgusting. Because all you're doing is grabbing germs and passing it on to different people.
Yeah, I don't wear gloves.
I think that's more disgusting. It's better to just grab Germix or wash your hands regularly.
Like, to me, grabbing like a plate with gloves just feels weird. Like, I need to like feel it so I can get a sense of like balancing on it.
Oh yeah.
Because like with me, if I touch something, I get like a good feel of like where it's going. But like I have to actually be touching it. I don't know. It's just something weird about me.
Well, you're not really touching it because your cells on your hand are pulling off the cells on the
you're
plate.
You're really gonna bring science,
so you can never really touch the plate.
Atoms never touch, ladies and gentlemen. So technically, I'm not touching him right now. That's copyright. It's copyright stuff. No. We're copyrighted. No. This is where the channel dies, ladies and gentlemen.
The channel dies. One video out of the what?
Our one throwback video is what kills us.
I'm surprised this background's lasted as long as it did. It's fallen so many times.
I know, in streams when we used to do streams. Yeah. We should do that again.
It fell once.
It did fall.
It was great.
It fell. It was one day, but it kept falling over and over. It didn't just fall once.
Now I have the cardboard feet on it, so it's less likely to fall. It still does if you push it a certain way.
It's so funny.
Yeah.
And I called it too. I was like, this is gonna fall one day, but it didn't fall in an episode. It fell in a stream.
Yeah, it fell during a stream. The best time for it to fall live when I can't cut it.
Live.
But yeah, this background, I created it using two trifold posters. I glued them together on top of one another, and then I had our resident artist Hilario super glue the sound foam panels to them.
Hilarious.
So it would look for so I could get the production studio look, because we gotta look professional here in YouTube as much as we can. Freddie had a great idea for the set, because I was the tablecloth on the table looks, it's already destroyed.
It's destroyed.
And so I don't like the way the set looks when it's all black. I like the background's black because it just keeps the focus on the people. At least that's where my mind's at. From what I understand, I'm not an expert on YouTube, but I understand that people's attention span is terrible, especially my own. So when I watch a YouTube video, I want to be focused on the people. And one of the podcasts that I listen to regularly is the Smoshcast. And I did copy their set, basically. They have the black background with the drapes, and then they have a circular table. We have a square, but they do have the blue tabletop.
They're gonna sue us now because you just admitted to copying.
It's okay. I'll just say it was inspiration. But Freddie had a great idea.
Remember how we said with Jesus, redacted?
Yeah, redacted.
He's gonna have you say inspiration.
Inspiration. I didn't copy I inspiration. But Freddie mentioned to me that another podcast that he watches, they have instead of chairs, they do couches, one couch and two solo armchairs to the side. And they were like, they use these mic arms, so how about we try it on the sofas next time? I was like, that'd be a good idea. I think it could work. So hopefully next week it'll be a better set. But I don't know. It's always weird seeing what works and what doesn't, because I think even before we had the set downstairs, I thought this would look pretty good on camera, but it turns out it's too small.
It's really, really small.
They're really small. So the fact that we're fitting into it is because we're skinny.
Yeah.
And so we have to bring we have to push the camera back and zoom it in for it to look good. If not, it's all scrunched up and it looks weird. Yeah. So once I am super glad that we have Jesus around who understands camera stuff, because if not, I'd be lost of how to set up these angles, because he makes these episodes look great.
Setting this up for today's shoot was so weird for me. I was like, which button is which?
Yeah. What is this? It takes a while to get used to a camera, especially
it's so complicated.
If you never dealt with this kind of camera. It's just a Canon. There's nothing special about it, but if you don't know how to handle a camera, it's going to take you a little bit.
I've never held a camera like this.
Huh?
I've never dealt with a camera like this ever.
You've dealt with a camcorder?
Oh, yeah, and the one we did for that vlog.
Yeah.
That was great.
It was a funny vlog. It was a stupid vlog.
It was a very good vlog. Oh, man, I want to do another one of those whenever we got time.
I think we should do a vlog for when we go to the beach.
Yes.
Like a proper trip.
Yes.
Proper, a trip and all that. Just going out and actually getting to do stuff. Something stupid for the camera or whatever.
Dude, for reals.
Mm-hmm.
It's all of us just having fun. It'd be great. No, and then on the way over, it's just a really weird misadventures, at a few stops here and there, or just recording while in the car.
Oh yeah, just doing stupid stuff. Look at this dude. Look at this dude. So I just wanted to go through some of the thumbnails and some of the titles and see what we were thinking back then. So very first thumbnail we got, it's just us on a chair. But if we go a few episodes up.
It was us on a chair.
Yeah.
But with the weirdest faces possible, because we were talking about school. So I got So this is like how I make thumbnails. Is like I think about what we talked about and what the main things were, good key points. And with the first episode is all school, so I was like, you know what? I want to make one where it's like me and him in the same class. So I just got like a picture of two students, one next to the other, and in the original they're both like looking down and working. But I put our faces over it, and it looks like he's making the weirdest face, and I'm just looking at him like, get me out of here, please.
Yeah. But after a while, once I started editing, I started taking care of the thumbnails, and mine are way more simplistic.
Yeah, his are more simplistic in design.
My favorite work is the Pop-Tart slap.
Oh, yeah, that one was a good one. I would have probably done the same thing, too, but I wouldn't have added the title in there.
It's just good.
Yeah.
It's just good. Like, I am so happy that we added more people.
I'm glad you did that one.
Yeah. Honestly. I am so glad we added more people to the podcast because it just brings up a new spice. I feel like I am.
Plus, the thumbnails look better with more people in it.
It does. It does.
Because, like, if you look at the second and third episodes, those are very simplistic, too.
Yeah.
Well, for what they are, they're very, very simplistic.
Yeah. If you look at the second one is just a picture of us.
It's just a grid picture of me in cosplay next to Omar from a gig. I
did a wedding gig. I was waiting catering at a wedding.
There you go. And then the next one, since we talked about Halloween, it was just us in our Halloween costumes. I didn't know what to do for the background, so I just had it a solid black.
Yeah.
It was very, very simplistic because there's really not much I could like put together and make it cool. Mm-hmm. But now, if you go to the more recent ones, you see like with the lightsabers episode, how it was a good reference to when Anakin slaughtered the little younglings.
Yeah, the younglings.
So I made us all younglings, and I made Anakin our teacher, just so you people of culture can get the reference. And
Master Skywalker, what are we going to do?
And with the background, it was just like a classroom with a. Because what I wanted to do was get like a blank like chalkboard thing, so we can add stuff on the background. So since we talked about the UK grading system, finals week, a ping pong tournament for some reason. I forgot what brought that up.
We were saying like imagine a ping pong final where you have to beat your own teacher at ping pong.
So we talked about ping pong, and then he brought up my Korean stuff. So and the call out that you mentioned earlier from Jesus.
Yeah.
So all of that, I was like, I'm not gonna fit all these huge things like as their own little objects. What I'm gonna do is have little references to them on the chalkboard. And I thought that was really, really cool. Mm-hmm.
That was actually pretty creative.
Yeah, and then with the Dino Nuggies one, that one is my favorite of the new ones so far.
Yeah, because I have yet to... So for context, I promised Dino Nuggies in one episode, and I have failed to bring them since.
Honestly, my favorite ones have got to be episode 19, 21, and 22. Those are my favorite ones. A close second is 20. But like in the order, it would be 21, 19, 22, 20, and then the 23 one. Mm-hmm. Those would be like my like list for the 5 that I just recently did. Just because 19 is so funny to me. Just because of you in the banana suit.
Oh yeah, well, I did it. There's no picture. I wish there would have been a picture, but I've been in a banana suit advertising for people to go to a chicken place, which in retrospect, why would I be wearing a banana suit pointing people to go eat at a chicken strip place? So, yeah.
Like, every element that went into that thumbnail, I loved.
Everything from the introduction to Eladio with his cartoon sprite.
Yeah.
Jesus with the the anime into the glasses.
So, if you guys don't watch Dig... Well, like our Dig gaming channel, we have like these little sprites that we do that Eladio designed for us. So each one of us, we started using them for our Castle Crasher series, which we never continued. I might continue that. I don't know. It's up to like whether the guys want to or not, because I'm a completionist when it comes to games. So I really want to finish it, but it's up to the guys too if they want to finish it, and if we do anything solo, I would probably finish that.
Well, the thing was, we wanted to start moving on to other games. We wanted to see what else we could work with.
What would grab people's attention.
Yeah, because Castle Crashers is fun for us, and while we were having a lot of fun, I don't think this would really catch the attention of people. It didn't really get much views. Yeah, because actually the most successful one was the very first one at 69 views.
That's very fitting for our channel.
And as we started making more videos, everything just kind of went down.
No. Our best one, if you actually look at the views, is Bad Cooks Good Food episode 1
I know that's
with 161 views.
I was saying in terms of like
in terms of like us gaming.
Yeah, the best one was 69. Like in terms of just Castle Crashers. But yes, the best video is the stars of the show,
Carlos and Freddie,
who I believe to be the most charismatic out of the group.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, they make this great Bad Cooks Good Food video, and they're still working on the second one. They'll hopefully get that out soon enough.
Yeah. But we have a few episodes that still need to be edited.
I think it was mainly because we took a break. It was getting hectic. Everyone was starting to work
finals and school and all that. It was rough.
We're trying to get back into it.
This is why a lot of like YouTubers, if they really want to do YouTube, they drop out. But with us, we're trying to stick through it.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, we do want to like have something to fall back on if this doesn't work out.
So like we want a backup to the backup that
is the backup, and this is also
this is the backup. So,
insert equation memes around this.
So, in summation, I got my main career. This is my backup, but my main career is the backup for this backup that does not end up becoming my main career. So we're backing it up.
Gotta back it. No, it's copyright.
Oh wait. Oh no. But I told Freddie I think on Sunday I was like, hey, let's just record Minecraft, like just you and me. Let's just record Minecraft and see what happens, because I just want something to edit. And he was like, why don't you edit the videos that I gave Carlos? And I was just like, no, let him learn how to edit. Let him stick with those videos, because eventually it'd be great if everyone learned how to edit. Like I'm not a master whatsoever,
neither am I,
but I would at least like to think that my style of editing is good enough for gaming videos.
For gaming ones,
yeah, I think.
Well, for podcasts, yours is good. Yours is really good for podcasts.
Well, it's not hard. It's just cutting out the stupid stuff.
Yeah. Like with me, I try to make like memes that are like make it more like attention grabby.
Yeah.
And he's more simplistic towards. Like if you look at the first few episodes on CodeO-cast, you could tell I edited those, like heavily edited those.
Yeah.
Let's see from which episodes were they?
You did 1, 2, 3.
I did only episodes 1 to 3. And if you look at 1, 2, and 3, their editing style compared to like now, you could totally tell that there's a difference between mine and his style of editing.
Yeah, I actually ended up buying a PC between episodes 3 and 4.
Yeah. So once you got the PC, we were like, yeah, just take over for editing.
Because your PC can't handle jack.
I don't have a PC. It's a laptop.
What is it? Yeah, it's also why it's a laptop.
It's
the jet engine.
I know. It's a $2,000 laptop that goes... And I hate it because I could have gotten a better one for cheaper if my major didn't require that one, and if I didn't have my mother to make sure I got exactly what they asked for.
Like I said last time, there was no way they could have enforced that, so you just could have gotten away with it.
I know, that's what I was telling Mom too, but oh well.
Oh well.
But now that I have like a hard drive and everything, and it doesn't always do the
it doesn't overwork itself trying to do all the stuff you're telling it to do.
Yeah, now that I have a hard drive and I use that for like the memory, like the RAM and stuff for Photoshop, everything goes into there. It works a lot more smoothly, so I've been able to do thumbnails again.
Yeah. His thumbnails are way better than mine. I'm not good with Photoshop, and my Photoshop for some reason could not let me do the outlining and removing the background. It was weird. I tried doing thumbnails, but I just stuck with the editing side.
So, also, I just learned this recently with the most recent thumbnail, like how you can hit like Alt and then click and drag, and you can move like certain segments and certain corners instead of just like one side by itself or like the whole thing. You can move like a little like each node. I just learned that like when I made the most recent one where it's like all of us watching the Karens on TV and the rat there. I
think in retrospect, I think it could have been a little brighter. I think it was too dark for what it was. Because if we look at the last ones, because I think we're trying to catch attention, and then I think all of them were poppy and bright, but I think it was too dark.
The only reason why I did that one dark is because that was the only like one that I could find where the TV actually like faces this one. You could see that, and you see it like a side view of a couch.
True.
That's the only reason why I did it dark, or else I would have done it like just like the other ones.
Yeah.
So with that one, I was like, this is the only one I have. Let's just see if I could do kind of like a movie night feel with that one.
The movie night.
Yeah. It looks like a movie night where just a bunch of Karens and there's a rat.
And the rat in the corner.
He's just there like, oh, this is getting good. starts eating our food.
Yeah. I mean, for real, stinking rat. I haven't seen any signs of it lately, so I hope it's gone. I hope it's dead. I hope if it's not dead, I hope at least leaves. Hope that it learned its lesson when we caught a mouse and it was like, oh, I'm out. Whee! But yeah, screw that rat, guys. Have you ever had an infestation? It sucks.
Anybody watching in New York knows what we're talking.
You bring home snacks that you want to eat later. You open up your cabinet to open up your snacks, and bite marks all over my snacks. Dude, and I hated it.
I hated the fact that I saw like a huge thing of goldfish because I love goldfish. Mm-hmm. I saw a huge thing of goldfish there where it was like a free to take for anybody. I could have eaten that entire bag and nobody would have cared. But Carlos pointed out a rat bite, like a hole in the bag. Mm-hmm. I just immediately like threw it away. Yeah. And I hated it because it's a waste of so much goldfish.
Yeah. What's even more of the waste is like at work. Like, I'm just gonna harken back to work a little bit. He went with his mom to go eat last night at my restaurant, and I attended them, and I showed them. I don't know why people do this. If you do this, can you answer in the comments why you do this? If like let's say there's a piece of food you don't finish, it's like, hey, can I get a to-go box? Cool, here's your to-go box. I put it in the to-go box. All right, bye. I go clean the table. They left the to-go box there with the food inside. Why do you do that? If it's in an effort to help me clean up the table, you don't have to. It's annoying because for one, you're wasting product. Two, you're making me work more by having to go and bring your to-go box. Yes, it takes me like 10 seconds, but in the grand scheme of things, you're really wasting food and wasting stuff. So just leave it on the plate and stop asking for to-go boxes if you're not gonna take it home.
Why do you do this?
Why?
From waiters here, why? Stop it. Get some help.
Also, I understand if you're hangry. I don't get mad at people at the beginning of the interaction as being waiters because people come in hangry, and I understand that. It's funny to see people flip. It's like, can you give me this? And I want this, and I don't want this. They better not put this in my food because I don't like it. I don't like it. They repeat it. They repeat a lot of stuff when they're hangry. It's like, I don't like it. If I see it, I'm gonna return it. And then once they bring their food and they take a few bites, they're like, hi, is everything okay? Yes, everything's great. Do you mind if I get some more drink? Or no people will get hangry.
I know, right?
I feel bad for them because I don't think I get hangry or anything. If I'm bored, I get hungry because there's nothing else to do, so I snack on stuff if I'm bored.
Dude, I remember being like really, really tired, and that was because we had a huge rush that came in. Yeah. And I was like already dead. Yeah. And I was really tired. I didn't know I was being rude, but I sounded really, really tired when I was talking to this dude. Uh-huh. And I just gotten off a call with this chick who was complaining left and right that we don't have lo mein as a side.
Oh, that again.
So I've gone through 2 calls where people asked if we had lo mein on the side. One of them was complaining left and right, and then the other one was like, okay, thank you, and then just hung up, didn't even order anything. Yeah. And those calls I took were making me busy from my tables because I had food coming out too. So then this dude comes in asking for it to go. He just says, can I get a beef with lo mein? And when you say with, normally that means on the side. Yeah. It doesn't mean like the beef lo mein because there's beef lo mein, there's beef with lo mein. Uh-huh. So the way he put it, I thought he was saying like with lo mein. He's like, yeah, I've ordered at this place before and he did this, not like this place. Yeah. So I figured he meant the McAllen one, which does serve lo mein on the side. Yeah. So the way he put it, I was like, we don't have like lo mein on the side. We don't have like beef, and then the lo mein on the side. We don't do this. He's like, I've ordered here before. I'm like, sir, I've been like, because I thought this was my misunderstanding, of course. But what I thought was
he meant is already like, combined.
Yeah, the beef lo mein dish, like the entree dish. Yeah. So I didn't know that, and I was like, sir, I've worked here since the beginning. I know what we have and this and that. And so we got a call after that because I did. And I even apologized to him, like, oh, I'm sorry, I thought you meant this because I've already gotten 2 calls, and like, it's just, I've already been talking about like the lo mein on the side, so I thought you meant this. I'm really sorry, but here's your food. Like, I did apologize, and I was actually nice to him. Yeah. I was really, really tired and really, really exhausted from like running back and forth. I sprinted that day too. Yeah. So then we get a call, and they want to speak to the manager, and it was to complain about me being rude, even though I apologized and everything. I know that I was in the wrong at that, and I admitted that I was in the wrong at that. Yeah. But they were calling to complain about me, and I was like, all right, that's fine.
There was a guy, I remember we were in the middle of a rush, and that was the new table came in, and I was just telling my coworker to go to that table once they're done doing what they're doing. There was a line of people waiting to be attended for to-go orders. There's a gentleman that I just looked up and said, yes, sir. And he was just like, I'm here for to-go order. And I was like, I pulled up my notepad, and I put it on the counter, and I was like, so what's it going to be? And he's just like, give me this with this meat. I don't have that meat at the moment. Oh, really? Yeah, no, I don't. So you guys have been lying to me the whole time that the meat that you claim to have is not what I wanted? He's like, yeah, sorry. He's like, then he cussed me out, then he left. Comes back 2 minutes later, and he's just like, and I'm like, how can I help you, sir? And he was just like, hey, man, I need the food. I don't care if it's not what I want, but my family's already here. I just want to get this food to go. And then after he finished ordering, he was like, I think you're really rude, sir. He was like, and I was like, was I being rude to you? And he was like, yeah, I think the way you responded to me was rude. It's like, well, I apologize. Honestly, if I was rude to you, I did not mean to come across that way. Can I help you? And he was like, actually, you know what? Yes, you can help me. And so I took his order. After all of his food came out, he was like, hey, I'm really sorry if I acted angry after you were being honest with me. Thank you for helping me out. You're awesome. And he fist bumped at me, and then he left. That was cool. I've never had a sincere interaction with a customer where they get mad and then they realize what they did. Because I was probably being rude too because I was frustrated. So I apologized sincerely. He apologized sincerely. We fist bumped it out and he left. That was the best interaction of that day. It made me feel calm because it reminded me that people can be nice. It's just when they're hungry, they're frustrated. That's the end of the day. It happens. And so as understanding as I want to be, it's hard.
But going back to what you're saying, yeah, whenever you're like frustrated, hungry, or exhausted, because I've had days where I've had to skip breakfast to go to work just so I can be there on time and not get chewed out. Mm-hmm. When you're really frustrated, you try not to be rude, but it just comes across that way.
Yeah.
But honestly, I'm just glad that that's the only time I've ever had a customer complain about me. Mm-hmm. But there was a customer complaining about one of my coworkers to me. Mm-hmm. And she was like, I just had to let it out there, like, tell you guys about it. Because this table, like I said, there's 3 of us. There's me, Redhead, and the
younger girl.
The third one. She's not younger.
Oh, never mind.
The Redhead is around my age, like a year younger than me. And then the other one is older than us. So this table tips really well. I know them, like, not personally, but I know them because you know your customers sometimes.
Yeah.
And so they always look for me. She admitted that. She admitted they always look for me. Like, they slow down, they try to see if I'm in there. Mm-hmm. And then one time they went in with the older one, and they said that she was really awesome too. But before that, the time when they had, like, the time after they ate there with me, they went, and she wanted to bring her 2 daughters with her because this place has amazing service, the food's amazing, this and that. And she said that my coworker, the Redhead, gave them like a really like a stare, like stared at them, like, I don't know, I guess like a rude type of stare when they walked in. That's because we closed at 9:30 and they came in at like 8 or 8:30, which is fine in my book.
Okay, so because it was a little confusing. He said so many names and so many different things.
So the customers.
So they really liked service there in general.
Yes.
But this one time that they went in at a bad hour.
They went in for
like about an hour before you guys closed, right?
Yeah, which in my opinion is not a bad hour. I'm still down to take table there.
Yeah.
It's when you come in like 10 minutes before we close and then take forever to order.
That's when I tell people, yeah, it's to go.
Yeah. That's when like, cuz knowing my managers, one time she said, "Yeah, take the order anyways." I'm like, "All right, that's fine." So because of that, that's the only reason why I like. But if it's like 10 minutes till closing, like, I just want to be done at that point. That's why whenever people call in, I always say we close dine-in at 9 when we really close at 9:30.
Yeah.
Because like by the time you get there and by the time you like take all their orders,
you settle down, they take in the order. By the time they get their food,
it's already closing.
Yeah, it's already closing time.
But 8:30 is not 8 or 8:30 is not bad.
Okay, well, that's reasonable then.
It's reasonable.
Yeah.
So, my coworker, the Redhead.
So she gave them the stink eye.
Kinda. That's what the customer was saying. And then how she didn't even give them their menus or stuff like that.
Okay.
Too. So the customer claims that she walked up to my coworker and asked her, "Hey, do we get the menus or do you get them for us?" And then she says that my coworker tells them, "No, I get you the menus. Just take a seat," like in a rude way.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, they ask for unsweet tea because they always ask for unsweet tea. And my coworker said, "We don't have unsweet tea." And then they asked, "What do you have?" And then this is all them telling me this. So she says that my coworker tells her, "It's on the menu, like it's on the back," like in a rude way and everything. And so the customer's telling me that was the first time that they've actually didn't even stay in the restaurant. They're like, "This person's really rude. Let's just leave."
Mm-hmm.
After they already got their drinks.
Hmm.
So they're like, "Let's just leave. This person's rude." So now every time they drive by, if they see her working, they don't go in. But if they see me or the older one of us working there, then they go in.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm. And they always tip me really, really good. It's always like a table of 3, and they always give me like $10.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's really cool. It was funny because I think it was that same coworker of yours that stated that when she went to go eat at my restaurant, that apparently I was rude to them. Which I will give the benefit of the doubt. I have a very serious face. To a lot of people who meet me, I may be nice, but I have a natural serious face. Like
the resting bee face.
I don't mean to, but I just do. And so it might come across as rude, especially when all you can see is my eyes, especially with the mask on. But it was funny because she texted you later on that day. What did she text you?
Hey, is your friend like seeing it, like single or something like that? And the minute that
she had just finished telling me that apparently I was rude to them, which is I just said, "Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't. If I was, I didn't mean to."
And then we were chilling over in this other room, and I get a text from that same coworker, the redhead, like asking, "Hey, is your friend like talking to anybody, or is he like single or something?" And only to when I saw her again, I asked her, why did you text me that? And she said, "Because he was like staring at me or staring at somebody."
Huh?
She said that you were like staring at her or something like that.
I was looking at you make my food. You were making me a boba tea, and I'm watching people pass by, so I'm just standing there.
Yeah, that's why she asked.
Because I've seen people running around. I'm just looking. Because for context, it's just a counter, and I'm not going to sit down because I don't feel like sitting down. I was just driving. So I get to his place, too. I just want a boba tea, and I'm just there talking to Cody. Well, he's making my boba tea. He's focusing on what he's doing, so he's not talking to me. So I'm just sitting there, just looking like this. And so if she passes by, I look. Then if someone else passes by, I look at them. I'm just waiting. I'm just letting myself wander off in my mind. And so if I stared, whoops, sorry.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah, I know.
that was not the intention.
That was funny. But yeah, also fun fact, that table that I mentioned, they always tips me $10.
Mm-hmm.
It was funny because that was the table where Carlos called me a freaking idiot.
Why?
Because I told him, yeah, there's a table here that like tasted something weird in the unsweet tea, and they said it tasted really, really great. Mm-hmm. Like, do we add like hibiscus or something in there? Mm-hmm. Even though it's just Lipton unsweet tea. Mm-hmm. And then I was like, I don't know. Like, this is me talking to the customer and me telling Carlos what I told them. I tell them, I don't know, I've never actually tried that, but now that you say it's really good, I might actually try it. So I go get a to-go cup, make sure they see me. Like, I don't look back at them because they're at the table that's like right across from the soda machine. Yeah. So I get some of it and I taste it, and then I was like, and then I finish it and I throw the cup away, and I like later on when I go back to check on them, I'm like, you know what, you're actually kind of right about the unsweet tea. It does taste like there's like a little bit of hibiscus in there. Like, it does taste like really, really good. It was great.
It was what?
It was great. It was great because they're like, I know, right? God, I love those people. It's so funny.
So was there something actually different about the unsweet tea?
I don't like the unsweet tea because in the namesake it's unsweet, and I love
things
that are sweet. Yes.
Oh, okay. I guess. I don't know.
And Carlos like, dude, you're a freaking idiot, dude. You're so stupid. And he started laughing.
Well, because
I said, hey, I'm a genius.
I don't know.
Yeah, no, probably not.
Like if I were to do the opposite to that, I've had people where they ask for aguas frescas, like the melon, the jamaica, and the horchata, and we changed companies for those specific drinks. We used to have one that was horchata, jamaica, and piña colada. All of them tasted great, All of them. Now that we changed companies, all of them suck except for the melon one. The melon one is the best. So when people ask me, "Can I have horchata?" I'm like, "It's not that good. If you want, I can bring you some to try it." And they're like, "Oh, really? Yeah, I'll try it." And then I just bring a little bit because that's all they need to try it. And they're like, "Yeah, you're right. I shouldn't get this one." And they switch it because it's real. You don't. I don't want to take the time of pouring them a whole new drink they're not gonna like. So I always tell them it's like it's not as good as you think anymore. So you want to try it?
The only reason why I kind of lied to my customers was because they were so into it. So if I compliment or if I say yeah,
So if
and
you
that
egged
makes
them
me
on,
more relatable. Yeah,
you maybe egged them on.
yeah. Yeah, it makes
You're
me
like that.
more
You're like that one guy in a group of friends who's everyone's drinking their extremely black double shot coffee, and you're just like pretending to sip it. Like, yeah, this tastes great.
That's literally what I was doing, but I actually drank it. It wasn't that good.
Yeah, while you're holding your frappuccino behind your back, and just like, it's like, yeah, this is great. It's burning my stomach right now.
But I knew they were into it, and I wanted to like be a more seem more like an upbeat waiter, so I just went along with it.
It's your downtown club promoter coming out.
Yeah. Again. It was my promoter said coming in like, heck yeah, man, the drinks here are great, like come by,
check out my club, like we got the best weeb tunes, like come check it out. You want some Tokyo Ghoul music? You got it, fam. Come check it out.
You know what?
We make a drink called Jiraiya Sensei.
You know what? I want an anime themed club. I'd actually go there just for the drinks and everything, and to hear the music. An anime themed place in DT would be amazing for me.
Well, too bad you're not in business.
I know, that would have been, because there's are places like that in Dallas, there's places around the state that are like that, even in San Antonio.
Yeah,
where it's all weeb themed. There's even little arcade games in there, and there's a bar and everything. I forgot where that place was. I saw it on TikTok, and it was really, really awesome.
Yeah,
I think it was in Dallas, but it looked really, really awesome. And I was like, I wish there was a place like that down here, since anime is becoming more and more popular.
Actually, now that you mention that, my friend, my coworker, she's in business. She's trying to get a business degree in undergrad, and she wants to open up a place that sells Japanese and Mexican cuisine in the same restaurant.
That's perfect.
Yeah, she wants to open up a Mexican/Japanese restaurant.
That's perfect.
I told her, it's like, when you said that the first time to me, I envisioned a kitchen that's shared between two restaurants. Like, if a customer walks up, it's two separate buildings. Like, imagine, you know how those outlets, that's tons of businesses in one giant building? It's like that, two separate outlets.
Like the annex between Taco Bell and
yeah. But that's obvious that it's one building.
Yeah.
But this is it makes it seem like there's two different restaurants. Like, it makes it seem like two different restaurants just sharing the same building. Like, you can't go between them, but it's the same kitchen in the center. Only, the back is Mexican restaurant and the front is Japanese. So, if they're like, I wonder what I want to eat today, they go to one and it's just the same cooks on the both restaurants.
That would be so funny.
That would be so funny.
Now that you mention it, all I pictured was that restaurant.
Yeah.
And then just us working there. You handle the Mexican stuff, I handle the Japanese stuff.
I'm out of egg rolls! Just
I got cheese one time! That's all you hear from the... No,
we throw out tacos on the wrong side. It's like, why is there tacos?
Why do I have tacos on my tray? This is yours.
Gosh darn it!
Give me the lo mein. Wait, no, give me the udon. Give me the ramen. That would be fun though.
That would be fun.
I wouldn't mind quitting my job to work at that place.
At a Mexican Japanese restaurant.
I would not mind working there.
It's a niche market, but once it catches on, it would catch on.
It would.
It's funny. Novelty takes a while to catch on, but once it's there, it gets its shtick.
Yeah.
It's just like any niche place out here. So I think there's a place in Philadelphia called Gamers Heaven, which I love. If I want to go there one day. It's a game store. It sells weeb stuff. It has a theater room. It has PCs that you can use. It has gaming setups. It has spaces for trading card games. They have a PS5 room. They have VR. They have a Japanese market there. They have frozen Japanese food. They have a boba tea shop. And all you do is pay a monthly fee, and you can go in and do whatever you want.
Heck yeah, dude! I would love that.
I want to go and visit there, but like I said, it's a niche market that once it starts catching on to people, it's gonna flood with people who love that kind of stuff.
I want to.
And so it's a hangout place that at a monthly fee, you get to just hang out there and just have fun. They have the D&D stuff, buy your own figurines, all that. Spaces for private D&D rooms. So it's really, really cool. I want to go visit there at least to just have fun.
We should go there.
Yeah. Shameless plug for Game is Heaven. If y'all haven't checked it out,
please sponsor us.
Please. But yeah, on TikTok, it's great owner, and he's trying to expand. Like he's trying to get more areas, more.
That would be cool if they got like one here in Texas.
Yeah,
I'll go there. Like immediately.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Anyways, we've been at this for a good hour.
Oh yeah.
Cody, how about you do the outro for once in your life?
For once in my life, I do the outro?
Yeah, you know what I say all the time. You should know this.
Wait, have I done the outro before?
Too little, too far in between.
Huh.
You've done it before, but it's too little, too far in between.
Okay.
You know what I say all the time. Rock it.
Sometimes I'm just laughing when you say it.
Rock it.
Alright guys, thank you all so much for watching. If you liked our stuff, please check out more videos. Check out our Dig channel, where hopefully we can get some stuff up and running in the near future. I hope you guys had a wonderful time here today. Hope you guys enjoyed. Please leave a like if you like our content. Again, subscribe to us and
comment who should be booted off the show. What?
We're gonna take a vote right now. Who should be kicked off the show and who should take their place?
Total Drama Island style.
Okay, you get a marshmallow. You get the You get to walk past
in
the
boat of shame.
No, the dock of shame to the boat of losers. You can never come back here again.
Yeah.
But anyway, guys, thank you all so much for watching, and we'll catch you next time on the CodeO-cast.
Bye.